Alrighty guys, I'm Morthadon and we are here for Boruto episode 38. So just a real quick thing. I know I mentioned that I might have my monitor set up again, which the camera angle would go back to normal. I don't. I do have everything I need to hook it up. I got the power cable today, which is the day I record. But the problem is that I didn't like. I'm kind of paranoid that the monitor isn't gonna work, and so I decided that what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna record this video, and then I'm gonna set up the monitor, and I'm gonna be able to use it, mess around on it, maybe play some games, make sure that everything's working properly, and then tomorrow when I go to record my next episode, of what's tomorrow? Reincarnated as a slime. I'll be more confident, and then from then on, I'll have the monitor set up back the way it is, so my camera angle will be normal again and everything, as long as it does work, of course. But yeah, I'm a little paranoid. I don't want to lose another episode and have it be corrupted, especially for Boruto. I don't want it to happen twice, so this situation that I'm doing right now works. I don't think it's a big deal to have one more episode go. I'd rather have this episode up and not corrupted than have it be broken or something. But I'm actually going to adjust the webcam real fast to be over a little bit. Oh, stupid Bigsby on my phone just acted up. Turned on the camera. No, stop. Go away. Okay. Sorry. Okay. That was a mess. Okay, let's quickly talk about the last episode now that I rambled about this crap. So last episode, we had a bunch of teamwork in the graduation exam thing, and everybody passed that was in there. I was talking about how I wasn't a fan that everybody passed. One of you guys made the comment that, yeah, some people left before, but I guess my whole thing was, Kakashi talked about how hard this test was gonna be, and not even just to the kids. I understand doing it to the kids to scare them, but he seemed that way to the teachers and everything too. And then all of a sudden, oh, you all pass. It's all good. This is all planned, and it's eh. But anyway, that's how it went, and I'm fine with it. It's okay. Everybody passed. So now this episode, I think we might be getting into our teams and maybe going on their very first mission or something. And my prediction is that their sensei is going to be Konohamaru. So yeah, let's get into this. Alrighty, so we are going to start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Oh, I need to turn it up a tiny bit. There we go. Oh no, an alarm. I hate alarms. Triggered. I hate charred food. Nope, nope. God damn it, Boruto. Spoiled little children. In this day and age. Oh, he has it. Okay. Seeing him off on his first mission, maybe? Oh. Love how they just vanish. The opening to that almost looks a little different, but I think it's because I'm usually talking about something, but I'm pretty sure it's the same. I wonder when we're gonna get a new intro. Do 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 do. Man, it feels like it's been a while since the whole Kagura thing. So it's like weird seeing him in the intro a little bit. Formation of the 3-man squad. Nice. Okay, so we are doing that this episode. Spoiler episode titles. Oh, I didn't think about that. That stinks that Chocho probably isn't gonna be on the same team as her friend. Yep. Yet you're gonna be teamed up with him. Ha ha ha. I love Sarada's voice actor. She's got like a very raspy voice. Oh god. Frickin' callback to Naruto and Sasuke again. God damn it. They didn't show it this time, though. Interesting. Is this show being sexist by not showing it? I like how she still gets all nervous, like she was so badass in her arc, but then she's like, just back to her whole like nervous self. Someone calls on her, she's like, ah! Oh, look, a little Kakashi! Did Kakashi have a kid? I never noticed the kid that like covers one eye and then has his mouth covered. It's literally Kakashi. It's different hair color. Nice. That's a pretty cool team. Iwabe and Denki had some good chemistry. All girls team. Nice. Was there. I don't think there was an all girls team in Naruto, was there? These guys. What would they do if there wasn't a perfect amount of people? They gonna announce Boruto's team last, too. I have a feeling these last ones aren't gonna be as excited about their teams. Because I feel like Sarada won't be happy and Chocho won't be happy anyway. Okay. They didn't even show it. I guess I just told us right there. It's not a big deal. Alright, that was my prediction of a team. And yep, Sarada does not look happy. I was about to say, not Team 7? He said it for me! Yeah, Konohamaru was right! It just fit too well. Come on, Sarada. Hmm. Interesting. I don't like Sarada's attitude there, but you know, I knew she wasn't gonna be happy, but oh, are they? Is there gonna be more to it? Is this gonna be like their like test mission kind of thing? So Mitsuki just trailing behind, just like not caring. Jesus, Sarada. So this is just false hope, essentially. Oh, Shikamaru. Yep. All right. Yeah, so they're basically trying to get them to work together in order to kind of help them realize they can work as a team or something, maybe. Fucking Mitsuki. Oh, what is going on? Are they practicing sealing? That's kind of the sealing jutsu that was used. It reminds me of the one used on the rooftop during the fight between Orochimaru and the third Hokage. or fourth. I forget. It might have been fourth. Uh-oh. Mirai. I feel like I should know who that is. Is that... Hmm. The eyes kind of remind me of the Asuma, I think his name was. Yeah, with those. Okay, I think that's what it is. It's his kid that he had with the other lady. Oh, I can't remember her name. It reminds me of the lady's eyes, the mother's eyes, kind of a little bit. But I guess those blades kind of answered it for me a bit. I believe it's probably their kid. All right, getting a little bit of a fight, maybe. Uh-oh. Oh, that was cool. So the movement of the bridge. Oh damn. He has snake arms too? I mean it makes sense, but he is so strong. Jesus. That's ridiculous. But yeah, the movement of the bridge like moved it down and caused it to run into the shuriken and break. That's so cool. She said genjutsu. Does that mean she's using a genjutsu? Why did she distract Boruto like that? Ooh. Genjutsu? It must be, yeah, okay. So she's trying to read her moves a bit. Jesus. Brutal. They should just, like, get off the bridge real fast and drop it. Make her fall. Haha. I guess then they can't get across to get to, his dad, though. To Naruto. Kamaru. Okay. That whole relationship like hurt my head for a second there, but never mind. I'm all caught up. Okay. I'm really bad with relation stuff, like grandchild, cousin, all that stuff. Like putting all those pieces together. I'm terrible at it. All right. Fucking holding it that long is impressive enough, in my opinion. Oh, it showed under the bridge. Okay, yeah, I thought something was gonna come like that. Oh, Matrix dodge. Oh, it's Boruto transformed. That's why it looked a little off. It looked a little dented, I think. Maybe. And Boruto made sure to. Or she curved it, maybe? Okay. Oh shit. Nice. Good job, Konohamaru. At least you didn't just let her die. She did not seem happy about that. Nope, they're fixing the bridge. Okay. That's what I was thinking about when she mentioned like the whole detour thing, but I was like, does it really fit there? Jesus Christ, Sarada. Interesting. Oh, so they're still doing this. I want to talk a little bit about this, but I'm gonna wait till the discussion of what they're doing here. Unless they explain it right here, but I don't know. Okay, maybe they're about to explain it. No, they made it. Oh, nice. Nice. All right. That's kind of cool. I like that. No. She's still there? They even were there fixing the bridge, and they're just like, let's leave her. Uh... Do 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 do. That was a good episode, though. I'm waiting until the discussion to talk about it like usual, but so I'm just humming through the outro. But I don't know. No. I got a few things to talk about though. Sometimes with some of these episodes recently, I was at like a little bit of a loss. Like, I think the episode before the last one, it was mostly like fighting stuff, and it's really hard when like an episode is action packed to come up with theories. But really, it was like, oh, I didn't get to see Mitsuki fight, and that was like the big focus of my like discussion. But anyway, all right. So this is probably gonna be preview. Yes, I think that's preview. I hope. Pretty sure it is. All right, guys. So that is the end of episode 38. So that was a great episode. There are quite a few things I want to talk about. The first being, I guess I'll get this one out of the way first. I mentioned it during the reaction, and I should probably elaborate on what I meant. When they had the callback to Naruto and Sasuke with the Naruto or Boruto getting bumped and possibly kissing Sarada, but I don't know if she put her foot up in time or if they actually did and then she like pushed him away with her foot. Because they didn't show exactly what happened. They only showed like immediately after. So are we to believe they kissed but they refused to show it on camera? And is that like, is that weird that Naruto was willing to show Naruto and Sasuke kiss but not show Naruto and Sarada kiss? Now, they mentioned, I wonder if they were kind of talking to the audience where they said, when Boruto ran out of the house without his headband on, he said that he didn't want to do anything uncool, and what did, I think Naruto said, like, the times have changed, or whatever, in a way. And I wonder if that was almost talking to the audience at the next part that came when they had that kiss and they didn't show it. Did I mean, like, the time has changed and people would have had problems with them, like, showing a kiss? Or maybe they didn't even kiss because, I don't know, it's so hard to tell. Because she put her foot up and Boruto said, like, you gross, or something like that afterwards. And he could have easily said that about the kiss, but he also could have said that because he frickin' had his mouth on her foot. But, I don't know. I guess it's left up to what we think happened. Maybe you guys can let me know. Maybe in the manga or something they showed it, because I know the manga is usually a lot more revealing of that stuff. Like, well, I shouldn't say that. Sorry. I don't know about Boruto. I know other shows are more revealing. Like, there's a scene in Fairy Tail where in the manga one of the characters is full blown naked, and obviously in the show they couldn't do that. So I know that sometimes mangas can get away with being more, revealing and stuff. So I don't know. Obviously I'm not trying to compare a kiss to full blown nudity, but anyway, I don't really know why Sarada was so against teaming up with Boruto, because for a while in the beginning of the show, she was more in the kind of headspace that it seemed like she just went along with the teacher's plans and she was like a good student and everything. And it almost seems like somewhere down the line, Boruto changed her and she became a lot more vocal about her feelings. And maybe I'm a little wrong in not remembering like the beginning of the show a bit, but it just seems like she was always like a stickler for the rules. Like I feel like she should have been the one saying like, "Oh, this is what they did, so teachers know best," kind of thing. But she was like the first one to outrage. Like even Boruto, like didn't seem like he seemed very indifferent. Like he went along with the changing teams thing, but he didn't seem as angry as Sarada did at the whole team situation. But yeah, it was interesting. And I'm not gonna necessarily say I hate her attitude because I can kind of understand it if if you're getting into like a team thing and you don't get put on the same team as like your friends. Like she's stuck with Boruto and Mitsuki. Like neither one of them, like Mitsuki, she just like doesn't really talk to ever like much, and in Boruto, they've always been like they sort of have that rival mentality, but I thought they had like sort of a friendship thing going, but apparently not enough for Sarada to care, unless she was just being like coy. And she really like didn't mind being on the same team, but she wanted to voice her complaint so people didn't think she was okay with it. I don't know. Um but yeah, that's that. Um the girl, it took me a minute. Like I thought it might have been right away, and then but I didn't say anything because I wasn't sure, and then I went ahead and said it like right as she put the blades up. But yeah, she's the kid of Asuma and what was it? Was the girl's name Kurenai? For some reason that sounds right, but it might not be. And we found out in Naruto that Asuma wasn't he the grandson of the um third or fourth Hokage? I can't remember which one the older guy was in Naruto. That died in the battle between Orochimaru and all that. But they said that she is the third or fourth Hokage. They said it in the episode too, and I still can't remember. I wonder if I can get back to that scene real fast. They said she was the third or fourth Hokage's grandchild, which wouldn't that make, unless Japan has a different like wording for that stuff, because wouldn't that make Asuma the Hokage's son? And I didn't think it was that close of a connection. Shoot. Alright, I'm gonna leave this running. I'm gonna lower the... Alright, so I didn't notice that she was a Chunin. That's cool. But yeah, anyway, I guess it doesn't really matter that much. I was just trying to remember all the Hokages. Because I thought Lord Fourth was, It's weird. I thought Lord Fourth was Naruto's dad, Minato. But at the same time, I feel like that would make the old guy the third Hokage, and I thought there was someone before him. Like, I thought there was, like, 3 others before him, but I must be mistaken. But anyway, I just can't remember the relationship between Asuma and him and all that, but yeah. That was cool seeing her, though. That was great, because she was born during Naruto, which would mean she's, like, probably roughly twice the age of Boruto, in a way, I'd say, or maybe. Um, eh, I don't know, but yeah, she's definitely old enough to be a Chunin at this point. And I didn't even think about that. Like, I remember that happening in Naruto before before he died. If Kurenai is her name, she ended up getting pregnant and all that, and it was very like emotional and stuff. So it's cool bringing that character back. I really like that. Um, they haven't showed her yet in the series, right? Is this the first time we've seen her, or am I stupid? But it looks like she does do the genjutsus like Kurenai does. And sorry if I'm getting her name wrong, her mom's name, which is pretty cool. And then I also wanted to take a quick moment to talk about Mitsuki a bit, because Mitsuki, he kind of, he's so strong, you know, like single-handedly he beat Shino during the test. Him being on this team, I feel like he could solve any problem that they come up against for a good while. Like, because if you consider the fact that Boruto and Sarada, like all the teams are going to be put on tasks pretty equal to their skill level, um they're probably going to be super easy for Mitsuki to handle, and technically Mitsuki could just do all their missions for them, I'd say, and finish them like pretty easily. But I don't think Mitsuki's gonna do that. Just because he could do it, I don't think he's gonna. I'm almost at the part where they're gonna mention what Hokage it is. But he's mostly just following and observing. She's a grandchild of the third Hokage. Okay. And she's she's Konohamaru's cousin. Okay. That's what I wanted to see. Um but yeah. The I feel like Mitsuki's way too strong, and it's gonna be kinda interesting having him on the team. Like, he has so many different jutsu already that like the other kids don't have. And like he's almost on a scale that I'd say is like tuning level and stuff. But I guess he's just going to be held back by the fact that he just wants to observe Boruto, and that's where he's going to be held back. He's going to be sitting back, kind of like he did this episode, where he held the bridge up the whole time, which was necessary, but at the same time, I feel like he could have handled Mirai like super easy, and all that, but he just wanted to sit back and watch Boruto go into battle. So yeah, I thought that was interesting when I was watching, and then the whole scene with Naruto, and the all those Jonin, I'm guessing is what they are, doing the sealing jutsu, around him. My guess is he's trying to make sure everyone's strong enough to be able to handle a threat that's on the level of him, you know? And like kind of like what they said, that they mentioned it partially in this show, that for a while each generation slowly gets stronger and stronger of shinobi, and but they were saying this generation might not be as strong, but I think they like kind of thought that but took it back a bit. I don't know. But if they go by that logic that each generation is stronger than the next, then and I don't know if that's necessarily true. I think that's what I heard them say one time, and that's what it seems like it happens, you know, because Naruto surpassed his dad, and his dad seemed to surpass like the people before him. Who was Minato's teacher? It was the third Hokage, right? I feel like Minato was stronger than the third Hokage, but I guess I don't really know because we didn't get to see a whole ton from the third Hokage. And we got to see a lot more like backstory with Minato fighting and everything. So I don't know. I don't actually know who was stronger, but it does seem like the generations have gotten stronger, and that means the next generation is going to surpass Naruto's power, and they want to have people ready to defend the leaf to handle that kind of situation, you know? And so they're. I wonder if that is kind of like how. Like, can you constantly train by putting up a barrier, having Naruto break it, and that makes it stronger over time? Like, because we've seen jutsus become more powerful when they alter them. Like, for example, we know that Naruto learned the Rasengan, and then he made it better by making the giant Rasengan, and then eventually he made the Wind Shuriken or whatever it was. I can't remember the exact name of it. But his like really big ability. But that was by he didn't actually just keep training the Rasengan to make it stronger and stronger, you know, pushing himself to the limit. Um so are like I feel like they need to imbue like something else into the ceiling jutsu to make it stronger if it's following that logic, or maybe there's something about jutsu I'm not understanding where the more you use it the stronger it gets or something. But who knows? Because I know like if you guys watch My Hero, they can train their quirks, and the more they use them, the stronger they get. That I know that's a thing on there, but I don't know if it works like that with jutsu on here. Because it seems like the jutsus evolve more than they just get like stronger over time of usage. But yeah, interesting stuff. I do like that they're trying to train to like, because the best way to get stronger is to fight someone that's stronger than you. You know, like I guess if I'm gonna give an example of my life, I was playing a game for some time called For Honor. You guys may know it, or you might not be gamers or anything, but basically it was like a medieval game where you played as like a kind of like a knight kind of person, and you could block and parry and counter, but you had to have the timing like perfect and stuff. And you had like a bunch of different combinations of attacks and know like what to do when. And I remember I was really bad at parrying until I got into a situation where I was fighting these people that were really good, and we kept fighting them over and over and over again, and eventually we started winning. And that's like, it's such a good feeling when that happens, but I do believe the fastest way to learn is to fight someone stronger than you. If you're fighting someone equal or lower than you, then you never, or you don't improve as much. Like, I won't say you never improve, but you definitely don't improve at the same rate. So it's cool that they're using, you know, the Hokage, Naruto, like, the strongest, like, I'm pretty sure they crown him as, like, the strongest shinobi of his generation. And they get to fight, essentially fight him. Not really fight, but they're trying to seal him, and he just like fights back through that. But that's really cool. I like how, since Mitsuki is kind of an observer, like I said, he was able to kind of guide Sarada and Boruto on how to win. Even with Konohamaru there, I don't know if Konohamaru could have given as good of advice, since Konohamaru hasn't exactly been with them the whole time, you know? Like, he's popped in the episodes here and there, but Mitsuki definitely knows them better, and maybe Shino would have known them better if he was there to say that kind of stuff, but I don't think Konohamaru has that kind of relationship yet that he could deduce what's going on with their team and solve it for them like Mitsuki did. But I like Mitsuki's stance on this team. I like how he's kind of like a he just has like an observer role where he's not mad that he's on that team, and he can just point out the problems, and they listen to him, and that's what's really cool. Is like, I'm glad he didn't go on that rant, not rant, but like describing all of that stuff like that they should be doing. He was saying like, usually Boruto, you're very spontaneous, just like Naruto, the number one knucklehead ninja, unpredictable kind of stuff that he does. But he was trying to be, they were trying to be too planned and calculated, and that's what really messed them up. Um, so it was just kind of an interesting thing that I noticed is like the fact that they listened to him, where they could have had them be like bratty kids and be like, "Oh, shut up, Mitsuki, you don't know anything." Like, and I just been like, no, stop. Um, but yeah, um, I really I appreciate that they didn't immediately give them Team 7 and they asked for Team 7. That's really cool, in my opinion. Because, see, I don't think the show had to make them Team 7. Like, they could have been, what were they, Team 5 or something? I don't think it was very necessary for them to do that kind of thing, because I know the show likes to make callbacks, and Team 7 is definitely a big callback to make. But at first I was like, alright, cool. They're just not going to go with that, and they're going to go in their own footsteps and make a name for their own team, and that's cool. But the back of my mind was like, it would have been kind of cool if they were Team 7, because, it's Sasuke's kid, Naruto's kid, and then Mitsuki, but I guess it's kind of hard. They can't have Sakura's kid, because Sakura's kid is Sarada, so they need a third. But yeah, I mentioned in the episode also. What do they do if they don't have a third, like a perfect amount of people? Like, does it just conveniently always happen, and we just don't know what happens if that's the case? Did we see any 4-man teams in Naruto? I was trying to think back to the teams. I don't think there were any 4-man or 2-man, so I think in Naruto, it ended up being the perfect amount of people, too. It almost wasn't, because Naruto almost didn't pass. So I wonder what they would have done. That's interesting. Yeah, I was trying to think if there's any teams back then that were 4, but I don't think there were. There definitely weren't any 2, I don't think. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. So, I feel like there's more to talk about, but I can't think of what else I wanted to. The whole fight sequence was awesome, the way they finally ended up winning. I like that. I always love, like, that's one thing I loved about Naruto, was how spontaneous Naruto was, and always came up with, like, unique ways to use the shadow clones. And I like that they kept that as a trait of Boruto, in a sense. I almost think I like that they made it be shadow clones again, but I wonder if I would have appreciated it more if it was something else. But it's kind of hard to say. Like if Boruto had his own thing to make the show a little bit different than Naruto, but it makes sense. And I also wonder, going forward, what kind of chakra levels, because they always make a big deal about how much chakra you need to summon shadow clones like that, and because like Naruto, I believe, just had like a huge pool of chakra, not counting the Nine-Tailed Fox chakra. And I wonder if that got passed on to Boruto or not. Like, I wonder, they haven't really said that yet. Like, Boruto hasn't made like the amount of clones that Naruto did when he was a kid. And they haven't made that big, like, oh, his chakra levels are insane kind of thing. It's over 9,000! Just kidding. But it's, so, I don't know, like, we know he's smart and he does good with what he has, and he already has other abilities that he's come up with using wind and lightning chakra natures, so that is something different, I will say. And that is cool how he utilizes that kind of stuff already, which at this point in the show, I don't think Naruto like even started working on anything other than his shadow clones. Like I don't think he started with the Rasengan yet. Like by episode 38. I can't remember when he started that. I feel like it was later, but I feel like it was also pretty early too. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, so I think that pretty much covers most of what I have to say. It was a pretty long discussion this time. I enjoyed the episode, and I'm looking forward to what's next. This whole episode, basically, the team ended up being what I expected. The Sense ended up being what I expected, but I thought they were going to go on a mission, which they kind of did, but it was more or less them going on a mission to try to change their team, which wasn't really a mission. It was more like just, them complaining. But now they've accepted their team, so now next episode we might get some missions and stuff, which will be pretty cool. I'd like to see some training with Konohamaru and Konohamaru giving them some advice and stuff, because like I said, Konohamaru is a good fit for them. That's why I thought he would be the one, because what was it? He has the jutsu that was passed on by Naruto to him, so now potentially Boruto could learn the Rasengan. Konohamaru also has why did I had a reason why he'd be a good fit for Sarada, but now I can't think of it. Shoot. I don't remember what I said. It was in another video where I talked about this, and I had like a good reason Konohamaru would fit for Sarada as well. But I cannot think of it now. Maybe it was the chakra natures? Because I know I said Mitsuki fits there because we saw Konohamaru doing lightning, and we know Mitsuki's lightning, and even though Mitsuki is really strong, and I don't even know if Mitsuki needs any training, but maybe Konohamaru can help out a bit with his lightning chakra nature. But I thought I had something for Sarada, or maybe I just had it for Boruto and Mitsuki, and then I figured Sarada was just kind of there. Because Sarada has her Sharingan, but no one can really help her with that except Kakashi, and Sasuke, of course. But obviously Sasuke's on a mission outside of town, and Kakashi's just Sasuke's on a mission outside of town. That's what I said, right? I feel like I said Kakashi by mistake. Anyway, Kakashi is retired, it seems like, so I don't think he's doing any of that stuff. Like, he does stuff for the village and everything, but I don't think he's being, like, a teacher or anything like that, anymore. Except for coming in for the graduation exam like that. But, yeah. I don't know what he has to help out with Sarada. I mean, he's definitely like a good shinobi and everything, so just like general knowledge will be fine for Sarada, really. And since there's no one better to really help her with her Sharingan that's available, so she just has to figure that out on her own, essentially, because friggin' her dad's not around to ask, so maybe Konohamaru knows a bit more about the Sharingan since he's like a bigger character. That's my excuse. He's a bigger character. But anyway, this conversation's getting a little drawn out. But yeah, the whole episode is cool. I liked it. It turned out a lot of the ways I expected, but subverted some of my expectations in other ways. And I'm looking forward to the next one. Hopefully we get some missions, because I want to see some missions. And I wonder if we're just going to get some, like, fillery kind of things again with the missions, which I'm fine with. Like, if it's filler with them going on some missions, that's fine for me. That's fun. But if it's filler of them just like running around looking for a box of chocolates, then that's a little less than fun. But I wonder when like the next arc's gonna start, where like we can see it spanning across multiple episodes, and maybe the missions will do that. Maybe they'll go on missions big enough that they actually go on for a few episodes, which would be pretty cool. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe if you're enjoying my content, and you can see all of my updates whenever they come out and stuff by being subscribed and all that. Also, if you want to watch the full version, if you're not already, uncut, you can do that by checking out my Patreon, where I have full length available, and I will also be working on early access. So within the next like month, I'd say I'm gonna try to get early access going, where you can watch episodes ahead of time as well. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.